growing up, I always thought the grown-ups knew what they were doing and like they had it figured out. And I remember thinking like, oh man, when I'm older, like I'm gonna just feel like so confident and secure in everything that I'm doing. But literally nobody, like I feel like nobody actually knows what they're doing.
Right. That's the thing is I think there's kind of these limiting beliefs we have in business till where it's like, oh, well, can't do this or that, or I don't know this or I don't know that. But what you learn is, dude, everyone's just figuring it out as they go. And like there's no like box for like here's how to do it or here's whatever.
And mistakes are made all the time.
Yeah.
Like it amazes me that businesses even run. Because like mistakes happen all the time.
Right.
Sometimes like catastrophic ones, and it's like, how are you gonna recover from this? It's like
preach, dog.
It's like so crazy.
Welcome back into another episode of the Be Bright podcast. Today I'm honored to have not only a special guest musician, but I would call personal friend.
Oh.
Nick Villalobos of Simply 3. So, Mr. V, how we doing?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming
I've been
on.
waiting for the phone call.
Yeah, I know. You've been patiently waiting for your time. Lights are on. Stage has been set. That's where Nick does his best work. So,
try to.
If you don't mind, give the people what they want. Just a quick background about you, where you're from, anything that stands out from childhood that you'd like to share, or if not, lay it on us. Who are you?
Childhood traumas, all that. You want to know?
Not that. That's a different podcast.
That's a different podcast.
But sure, whatever unfiltered.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Arizona.
Native.
Native. Went to school at Coronado del Sol in Tempe, and I'm a musician by trade. And a lot of people they're like, "Oh, really? Like, you actually make money doing music?" And yes, it's true. I'm able to make money and support 2 kids and a wife with music making.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you still paying the electric company for power every single month? You're not only losing money, you're investing in someone else's future, not your own. Bright Home Energy has over 400 5-star reviews and over 100 5-star reviews on the BBB. That means real homeowners just like you are already making the switch with quality and peace of mind. We are the preferred solar installer for Solar Edge Technologies in Arizona. Not a title that was given, but a title that was earned through quality, structure, and peace of mind. As a NABCEP certified solar installer and an APS qualified technology installer, your solar installation with Bright Home Energy is not good, it's top tier. So the choice is yours. You can either keep paying your utility company every month, making them rich, or you can make the switch to solar and start investing in your future today. Yeah, so rock star, as I like to call him. I guess for you, growing up in Arizona, what instruments did you play growing up? I mean, was music always a thing? How did you get into music originally?
So my parents were very influential getting me into music. Okay. They thought it was a really important side of life, getting into music. They were always listening to music. Well, they made us do chores on, Saturday afternoons. Sure. But my older sister, Annie, she played the violin.
Okay.
And I'm 5 years younger than her, so I kind of looked up to her and all the things that she was doing. And my parents started me in violin. And I think I progressed to a certain point, and then I just really didn't like it. Sure. I hated practicing, hated going to lessons, hated doing all of the things. And so I told my parents, I don't want to do this anymore. I loved basketball. The Suns were good then,
Yeah.
They had Charles Barkley, all that, It was the good times. It was Thunder Dan, Kevin Johnson.
Thunder Dan.
Good times. But so I was kind of, being pulled 2 different directions with music and sports, and just, you're a kid, just having fun. But then my parents took me to a Phoenix Symphony concert.
Oh.
It's the first time I'd ever seen a symphony, let alone the Phoenix Symphony. And that was the first time I saw the bass. Okay. It was in the back of the section, these big dudes playing these big instruments, and I said, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, we don't want to buy a bass or rent a bass, kind of see if this kind of, how kids are.
Yeah.
Kind of say things, but it stuck. And when I went into 6th grade, I joined the orchestra group, and they had a bass that I could take home for free, so it's kind of history at that point.
No. So would you say you're all about that bass, no treble?
I would.
Okay.
I would absolutely say.
Forgot I was saying that, Megan. Something. Yeah.
Can't tell you how many times I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the first. All right. Okay. So I think, did you know I was a musician at one point?
I did not.
Okay.
Actually.
If you had to guess, I played 2 instruments in my life. Throw out a guess or two. What do you think they would be?
Guitar.
No, I almost did. So, what's one that most kids at least dabble in?
Piano.
Yes, piano. So, piano was interesting for me because I could do like hot cross buns and like hymns and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was always interesting growing up because I lived in a small town of 800 people, and this lady was like doing piano lessons. But I think more of my fondest memories, I would never practice in between our lessons. So no wonder I didn't make it that far. But B, I freaking randomly from time to time I'd have to walk home from piano lessons, and it was like a mile walk down a freaking highway. So, childhood traumas.
Yeah.
No.
Now we're getting real deep into it now.
Yeah, but and then in middle school I shifted. It's would you call it a brass instrument?
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think your boy was rocking?
I could see you playing the trumpet.
Ooh.
But was it euphonium?
I don't even know what that is, but no, it's actually a trombone.
Had
the little spitter on the bottom. Just
yeah.
I can still taste that brass in my teeth.
My nephew plays the trombone.
Yeah,
he likes it.
Yeah, so I didn't get many girls in middle school playing the trombone. I was just more of like the, I was like the glue guy. Put the whole band together.
But those band girls, you know what they say? Like, you could have had.
No, I don't.
Never heard about band girls? Like American Pie,
okay.
Band Camp?
Okay, yeah, probably a different podcast.
You didn't
went to band camp.
You didn't go to band camp.
I did
okay,
not.
yeah.
Did you?
I went to orchestra camp.
Oh, okay. What was that like?
It's not as fun as band camp.
Oh.
I would assume.
Was it like a week-long thing?
Oh, I did a few that were like 8 weeks.
8 weeks? Where?
Yeah, one of them was at Interlochen, which is in Michigan.
Oh.
It's a really prestigious music school.
Okay.
So I got a scholarship to go there for the summer, 8 weeks. I think it was going into my junior year.
Okay.
And then I did another one in Boston called Boston University Tanglewood Institute. They call it Booty. And that was 6 weeks, and I did that after my senior year, or going into my senior year. But
all right. Yeah, so you obviously from a wee lad, or at least some part of your childhood, you knew that you were pretty musically inclined, so it wasn't like you just started picking it up at 20 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
You were sort of on this path. So you go through school, you were going to college. What did you go to college for? Was it for music?
For music,
okay.
Yeah. Went to Arizona State University. Exactly.
Shout out.
Go the Devils.
Go Devils.
Go Devils.
And
you're a Ducks guy, though.
Yeah, it's true. But I got to support
the
home team. Yeah. I like Coach Dillingham.
Yeah.
But for you, I guess, was it always the path? Like, what were you going to do with music in college, like, for a degree? Was it always to be, like, a musician? Did you want to teach music, start your own Beats laboratory? Like, what?
It's a good question. So I think when you grow up being classically trained, there's kind of, like, 2 options for you. At least it's how it felt. It's either you get into, like, an orchestra, or you continue with higher education, and then you become, like, a professor. So I felt like for me, I wanted to be like a professor because it kind of gives you a little more freedom. And I liked teaching, but like you said, like there's tons of kids who don't practice during the week and just keep going to your lessons, and you're doing the same thing over and over.
That's me.
So I didn't want to like do that. So I wanted to teach, people that were kind of more serious.
Right.
So I decided I think, if I get into an orchestra, it might lead to a professorship. So it was kind of just like that path of the standard of, get into an orchestra, play the stuff that the orchestra wants, blah, 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 blah. There's also like a path of like to be a soloist, which most bass players, like there's not a lot of solo bass players. Right?
Sure.
Like there are a few, but it's like kind of slim pickings. So there isn't really like a market for that. But I really enjoyed doing that type of stuff, like solo work on bass and stuff. So yeah, I was just kind of like in the pipeline,
Just figure it out.
Yeah, let's do auditions for orchestras. Yeah. You can go all over the world. You can go, in the United States, there's a lot of successful professional orchestras. But then I kind of figured out that having that life, I really didn't want to do that.
Okay.
I didn't want to be like tied down to an orchestra. And I also didn't want to be told like how to play for the rest of my life.
Sure.
It's like I've worked so hard to like play this instrument well, and now I'm just gonna listen to a conductor tell me exactly how to play all the time. Like,
right.
Kind of seems like counterintuitive.
Yeah, you're a peacock. Gotta let you fly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Were there times along the way? I mean, this is kind of where I was rounding out the point. Was, I mean, did people tell you like get a real job? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Switch your major, do something else. Any of those that stand out to you that you want to throw into the... No, I'm just joking. You don't have to name names, but...
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, music is definitely a hard career. And I think people kind of see, like, the pop stars, like, if you're not a pop star, you basically, like, can't make it as a musician. There's this, like, starving musician type mentality. But, you know, that's kind of just not a really true statement, you know. You can make good money being a musician and not necessarily be like Justin Bieber. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am a believer.
Yeah, are you really?
Yeah, shout out.
Okay, shout out.
I don't know about any of his new stuff, but a lot of the old stuff. Trying to get in the new one. He just released Daisies. I don't know if you heard that song.
I haven't heard it.
I'll send it to you.
Is it good?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this? Growing up, let's kind of stick with that timeline, then we'll move forward. If we were to go back, teenage years, burn a CD.
Ooh.
If you were on LimeWire and didn't crash your family's computer, what would have been some songs on a mixed CD?
Oof. Mixed CD from back in the day. Definitely some... I was a big Michael Jackson fan. I still am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Michael Jackson. Stevie Wonder. I grew up listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder. I grew up listening to a lot of like oldies, you could say. Beatles, because of my parents.
Yeah.
The Doors, Steve Miller Band. Ray Charles. When that movie came out, Ray, that was kind of like a life-changing moment for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
He's like a genius, right?
Yeah.
Blind guy who
allegedly.
Basically, allegedly. I never met him, but you know. But, you know, he kind of changed the music industry and kind of how these big record companies deal with musicians. And, you know, he ended up owning his masters, which is like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is like a huge asset for musicians, and not very musicians get to do that because they are a part of labels, and you know, the labels are fronting the money to make the recordings. You know, I think that's why you know, being independent is kind of nice. Like, it is all on you, and you gotta, you know, come up with the money to do recording, but like then you own the recording. You can do whatever you want with it. It's an asset. And now with streaming, it lives forever.
Sure.
I'm like literally getting plays on my music right now from all over the world. You know, some more than others.
Sure.
But the more you feed the beast, the more your streams go up and up and up, and it's residual income.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
No, that's cool. I didn't think about that in the terms of Ray Charles, and because obviously the music industry now it's like a lot of people are being found like on TikTok and other ways. Like they want to know your social media and your following before. It's totally changed how it went, right? And
it's probably going to be different next year.
Sure.
It's always changing.
Yeah,
it's
AI,
insane.
All that.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Throw Simply 3 into ChatGPT, see what they say. Should do that. Okay, cool. So you get through that, and then you obviously had people that told you, like, hey, get a real job. What was it internally that, like, did you just know? You're just like, no, I just know I'm supposed to do this. Did you have times where you contemplated, like, almost gave up? Like, were there any kind of seminal moments that you can look back to and be like, oh, well, I was thinking about getting a real job, but then this or that came up, and it kind of set us on this path?
Yeah, for sure. So when I got married when I was 22. Insanity. Just so young and naive. But it's working out, you know? It's working out great.
Yeah.
You know, got 2 kids
awesome.
and a lovely wife. But we were living in Utah at the time. And so it was the first time I'd lived in Utah. And she was going to school and I was going to, like, work. And I thought, why don't I just get a real job? It'll be, you know, better income, more steady.
Right.
So I, like, hit the pavement. And I was like, okay, where can I work? And I was talking to all kinds of people, did tons of interviews at totally different, like, random places, like a delivery job, restaurants, office. And, like, nobody hired me. Like, nobody.
Really?
Yeah. Like, some I didn't even, like, get in the door. And I was like, really? Like, this is, like, an entry-level job. Like, I just need something.
I'm not qualified.
Yeah, and I'm not qualified. And then And then I was talking to my wife, Lindsay, and she was like, why don't you just try and do like the music thing? I was like, okay, I don't really like know anybody here, but like I'll talk to, some people. And then it just like, it literally like took off. Like I got all these gigs. I ended up being in the Utah Ballet. I got like a professorship at the Sandy like private school, which is like kind of set up like a college. So I was like kind of like a professor.
Sure.
And I made like really good money doing music. And it was kind of one of those things where it's like, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. This is like meant to be, because I really tried to do the other thing. And for whatever reason, it like did not work.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I had gigs all the time. I had tons of students. I was teaching at different schools and had a steady thing with the ballet, worked with the symphony as well. So it's just like, I guess I'm a musician. like it's working.
Yeah.
Like I can do this.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's cool that, obviously Lindsay supported you and saw that. I think, it could have been easy. Like you said, you're even like, hey, let me go find a real job. And it seems like life would be a lot easier. But, I think there was a quote I heard the other day. I don't know if it was like Bradley or somebody, but he said, or it was Andy Frisella, where he says, eventually you're going to pay the price. You're either going to pay the price today or you're going to pay the price down the road. And kind of just coming back to like paying the price now of like sacrifice, taking that leap of faith, going on the path of your dreams, even though it's going to be a lot harder, or one day you're going to pay the price of regret, wondering, could I, should I, what would have been. And obviously now I'm sure goes without saying you're pretty happy with the way that it worked out.
Yeah.
But that's not easy, dude, especially like I agree. Like I think like artistry in music, it's like, what are we doing? Like, it's just kind of like a common thing. Like, oh, you're going to be an artist or you're going to be a musician. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely, it's hard because it's all self-motivated. Like, don't have a boss. And if I don't do things don't happen. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, I have a business partner, Zach. He's the cellist in my group. And, if he's up and we're both up, motivated, things get done. But, it's life. Like, stuff happens. We got kids and we got, mouths to feed and all kinds of things. And it's like, if we're not doing it, then nothing happens.
Touche.
It's tough. That. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So transitioning from, so you were in Utah, and then did you start Simply 3 in Utah, or was it when you moved back to Arizona, or like, how did that start? So you're teaching, you're doing all this stuff, and now enters, whether it's Zach, Simply 3, like where did that come from, if you don't mind just sharing that story?
Yeah, for sure. So I've known Zach since high school. We met our freshman year at the Arizona All-State Orchestra, and, we've been really good friends ever since, and we were kind of talking during this time when I was in Utah. He was going to ASU and I was coming back, and he was like, why don't we try and do something different? Because he's like, I don't want to be in an orchestra either. And I was like, sweet. Neither do I. And so...
Do we just become best friends?
Yeah, exactly. And so we kind of just started putting our heads together on what we could do, and we've always liked popular music, pop music, rock, all the things that weren't classical music. But we didn't want to really learn a new instrument, because it's not like, I don't want to learn guitar or, piano or start singing or anything. Let's see if we can do this on our classical instruments that we're really good at. And there were people already doing it at that time, so we kind of had some models to look up to, like Lindsey Sterling, the piano guys, 2 cellos. So we just thought, we can do this. Like, we're highly trained. We can do this. So we started out by doing weddings of, these string arrangements of songs that people liked. And we looked up every, group that was doing this in Arizona. And we literally, found their prices, and we said, we'll do it for half. We were, poor college students. So it's
undercutting the market.
We just undercut everybody. Really? And then, literally. And then we called all of the wedding planners that we can get their numbers, and we said, hey, we're going to come to your office, and we'll give you a free concert just to see if you'll like us. And so we did that, and of course people were like, oh, this is amazing. I can't believe you came all the way out here. And we're like, hey, do you have any, clients that we could play? And they're like, oh, yeah. And so we got booked like crazy.
Really?
Yeah. We were doing 2 to 3 weddings a weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we were getting $50 an hour for each of us.
Right.
Which was sweet. We're in college. This is great. felt like we were like rolling in the money, you
Right.
know? But it was awesome. And like, you know, you're playing, you kind of never know who you're going to meet when you're playing gigs and
Right.
stuff. Because you end up talking to people and they're like, hey, I have a thing too. And, you know, book more and more gigs. And eventually somebody said, hey, do you guys have a CD? We're like, no. But would you buy one if we did? He was like, yeah, for sure. And so then we ended up like talking to some of our friends at ASU who were in like the recording arts.
Yeah.
And one of them recorded our very first album for like his capstone project. So we got an entire album done for free.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, again, it's just kind of that thing where it's like you kind of work with what you got.
Right.
Keep talking to people. Tell people what you're doing and like what you want to do.
Doors
Someone's
open
going to
up.
help you figure out how to do it.
Well, that's the thing. I think, you know, a lot of similarities between, I mean, you operate a business. I mean, you're
Yeah.
a business, it's a business. And that's the thing is I think there's kind of these limiting beliefs we have in business till where it's like, oh, well, can't do this or that, or I don't know this or I don't know that. But what you learn is, dude, everyone's just figuring it out as they go. And like, there's no like box for like, here's how to do it or here's whatever.
Yeah.
And like you said, like you got to start somewhere. You have to like take some chances, like genius idea of like, let's research the competition.
Yeah.
Hey, we're willing to do it for half. And then who's going to get us in front of people, wedding planners. And then, you know, to see how that turned out is awesome. I didn't know that's how you guys started. So.
Yeah, and that was kind of something that we knew because we did weddings when we were in high school
Okay.
as well. So we kind of knew we could
Back
be
in mind.
successful in that area.
Right.
But it's totally true what you say. Like growing up, I always thought the grown-ups knew what they were doing and like they had it figured out. And I remember thinking like, oh man, when I'm older, like I'm gonna just feel like so confident and secure in everything that I'm
Sure.
doing. But literally nobody, like I feel like nobody actually knows what they're doing.
Right.
Everyone's literally just figuring it out. And mistakes are made all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it amazes me that businesses even run. Because, you know, like, mistakes
Me
happen
too.
all the time.
Right.
Sometimes, like, catastrophic ones. And it's like, how are you going to recover from this? It's like,
Preach, dog.
it's, like, so crazy. But, yeah, it is an interesting notion to, like, you know, talk to people. If you don't know how to do if you don't know how to do something, there's probably somebody that does. And if they don't, they probably know somebody that does know how to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just
Yeah.
got to keep talking, and eventually what you want to have happen will happen.
Yeah, and I think especially nowadays with technology, you know, there's information overload, really.
Oh, yeah. YouTube University.
Right. I mean, too much probably for a lot of stuff. But,
Yeah.
and I think it's, you know, that is truly what I think sets people apart that actually do stuff versus those that don't is really it's that taking action, you know, just having conversation with people that, like, look at, you know, our businesses or like, oh, you started a podcast. Like, well, yeah. It's like, yeah, we had some resources that helped it. But honestly, anybody could set up their own podcast studio in a corner of their house and just start filming.
Yeah.
You know, there's really no limitations other than the limitations we place on ourselves. And I think that's what's so cool about seeing what you've done and how successful you've been in is like, you're really in this niche where it's like, yeah, I mean, it's either sink or swim and probably not a whole lot of in between.
Yeah.
But you've been able to figure it out and be successful. So simply 3, but technically there's 2 of you, right? Like full time?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
but you always have a 3rd rotating member, or what's the
yeah.
setup?
Yeah. Right now we are with Julian. He's our newest violinist. And,
Cool.
you know, we have had a rotating violinist, but yeah, the people that founded the company were me and Zach, so
Cool.
we're like the staples of it.
Yeah. And for you, you know, when it comes to the rotating, what is that process? Like, how do people just audition for you, or like they find you, you find them? Like what?
Yeah, it
How does that
kind of
work?
goes both ways. You know, the music world is very large, but it's also very small. So we usually just, you know, when we're in the need of a violinist, we'll talk to some people that we know, and usually the people that we know kind of know what we're looking for, so they give us suggestions. But it is such like an interesting thing. It's like connecting with somebody with music.
It's more than just, hey, you're good at playing an
Yeah.
instrument, right?
It's literally like I love this word and I hate this word. It's literally like a vibe.
Okay. That's the vibe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's honestly like kind of like an intimate thing too. Like
Sure.
it's weird at points. It's like, whoa, we just like connected like on a very
Yeah.
intimate, non-verbal level.
Sure.
And like it's different with different people. It's
Yeah.
kind of like dating somebody, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like,
Tell me more.
tell me more. Exactly. But yeah, it's a surreal experience, and the more you have that experience, the more you want to do it, and the bigger the group. Like when you play in a symphony and everybody's like moving together, and you're all doing this thing together, and it comes out to this beautiful sound and experience. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you guys, when it comes to, because in a nutshell, if you were to describe your style of music, like what is Simply 3? What do you guys do? How are you as a group, like compared to another group?
Yeah, I would say we're trying to redefine how strings are perceived.
Okay.
Because I think most of the time when people see string instruments, they automatically think, oh, this is like high class. This is something that I may or may not feel comfortable with or like
Right.
be a part of, because classical music was something that was played for like magistrates and kings,
Right.
and like you kind of had to be on the upper echelon of society to experience this. And we're trying to change that with how we play and the music that we do play.
Right.
So we don't really play classical music at all, but we use classical instruments to play popular covers, original music that's in the form of pop music and rock music. So I like to call it like string rock, string pop, trying to like bridge the
Your
gap
own
between
genre.
Yeah, trying to bridge the gap between this classical world, which I love, but also like this
Yeah.
popular world, which most people can relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And for you all, I mean, it's probably tough to pick one, but do you have a favorite song or two that, I guess is just kind of near and dear to you? And if so, like, how did you come upon that? And obviously when you're choosing a song, like, there's probably a few factors, right? Like, what's popular right now? But obviously some probably speak to you.
For
Are
sure.
there any that stand out to you?
For sure. So right now, have you seen? You probably haven't seen it because you
Pink
don't.
Pony Club?
You don't.
You need to rip that one
Dude,
out.
honestly, that one is super good. I haven't even thought about that
Shout
one.
out.
Shout out, Pink Pony
Here for
Club.
more ideas if you need.
Exactly. We'll give you the credits on the
All right.
on the album.
Just let me be in the music video.
Have you heard of this show called K-pop Demon Hunters?
Nope.
Dude,
Matthews?
you need to watch it.
K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah.
Dude,
Okay.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah. Dude, we're live.
You see my daughter, right?
Yeah.
Guess what we watched last night?
K-pop Demon Hunters?
K-pop
Dude.
Demon Hunters, and it was actually really good.
It's
Really?
such a good movie.
It's a movie?
It's a movie. It's an
Okay.
animated movie. Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
No.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not a big anime guy. But
Well, it's not. I mean, it's kind of anime, but it's not.
sounds a lot
Anyway.
like anime.
The,
No, it's people in their cartoons and it's like Asian. Like, that sounds a lot like anime.
the guy that did the...
Don't cut that, please. Keep it in there. Anyways,
studio
go
that-
on with the anime.
Yeah, the studio that did the animation for Into the Spider-Verse did it for K-pop
K-pop.
Demon Hunters. And it's like really high quality animation. Like super good. Anyway, besides that, the music in it is so good. It's incredible. And
Okay.
I actually, last night, I stayed up till 3 in the morning arranging 2 of the songs.
Cool.
Golden and Takedown for my guy behind the camera. He's going to be listening to it, I promise
right.
you. But, so yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, this is super popular right now, and we should probably jump on this
Yeah,
train.
of course.
Because it'd be a good idea to have our version of these songs, because there's literally hundreds of millions of streams that are happening with these songs right now.
Right.
So, like, I kind of feel like I'm behind the 8 ball. It's like, dude,
Sure.
this movie came out in June. It's already August.
Right.
And, like, I just discovered it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's why I stayed up till 3 in the morning, like, arranging it. And we got to record it, like, this week.
Sweet.
We need to get it out
Yeah.
because time is of the essence.
It's
So it's great when there's something popular and, like, you connect with it. That's
Yeah.
really fun. As far as other songs, like I said, I grew up, like, listening to oldies. So Queen, I love playing Queen. We have a rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody, which is super fun to play. We actually played it at the
Night Flight.
Night Flight thing.
Nice.
That was fun. But but we also were writing original music too.
Okay.
And I feel like that's probably the highest form of art for me, is when you come up with a singular idea and then you expand it to this song. And I actually heard a quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson this morning. It was pretty interesting. He was talking about art, and he said, artists have a unique place in this world because, I'm a scientist, and he said, if I wasn't around, some other scientist would be doing what I'm doing because it's science.
Right.
Like, it's going to happen. You can't really, stop
Sure.
it. But with art, if you're an artist, only you can make your art. Like, nobody else is going to write a song exactly like me. Nobody else is going to draw a painting exactly like Van Gogh.
Right.
It's literally a one-of-a-kind thing, and it can't be replicated in the same exact way. So that got me out of bed. It's like, oh yeah, I kind of am important.
Like, I'm so ready for this podcast.
I gotta make my art because no one else is gonna make it.
That's awesome.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and I think I see that a lot on the business side because to me, business is art.
Totally.
It's creation, it's expansion, it's problem solving, it's creating something there that wasn't there before. And you're right. I think having that special individuality twist to it, that it is just yours.
Yeah. There isn't going to be another solo company like Bright Home.
Right.
It can't. It literally can't do it because you're not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's true.
Tell your partners that, I'm important.
I'm important, guys. Yeah. You tell them when we leave. They'll believe you. No, that's awesome. I didn't even think of it in that realm before. That you're right. Like, there's certain things like science and laws of physics that no matter who's here or not, they're
someone's
going to
discover
continue
it.
on.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But that creative aspect, quite interesting. I never thought of it in those terms. Shout out Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Get him on here,
Yeah. If you're watching, you're probably not, but if you want to, got a spot for you right there.
You just got shouted out,
Yeah. So now with Simply 3, what's sort of the cadence? You got all touring, you're doing stuff more local. What's kind of next for you guys?
Next, actually in a few weeks, we're going to the Missouri State Fair. Missouri. Haven't been to Missouri in a long time.
It's human.
I've heard, yeah. So we're going to do that. But the biggest thing is we're going to be going on tour with they're not a cappella, but they're a voice group called Il Divo. We're going to do that October through November, and we're going to go all up the East Coast.
Cool.
It's going to be about 6 weeks. We'll be opening for them and then joining them on their show, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a great opportunity to get in front of people that we wouldn't have been able to otherwise. Sure. And we've opened for a few people, Jay Leno being one of them, which was cool when we did that. That was fun. He's a super nice guy, actually. He literally wears the same thing every day.
Jean shirt, jeans, and
that's literally
a smile.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to think about it. So we've done that a few times. And so we're doing that from November to October, and then we're joining them again February through March of next year.
All East Coast, or?
I think in February it's going to be West Coast stuff.
Arizona?
Yeah, actually.
Cool. That'd be awesome.
We'll get you a tick.
Backstage pass.
Meet
and greet.
And then, we're constantly recording, and we want to get an original album out soon, but you know how that is.
Would this be your first original album?
No, it'd be our third, actually.
Third? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I guess. It's pretty obvious. I will, I promise.
You will. Just listen to the new one.
But what about the one thing I'm interested in is the world of streaming, because for example on YouTube, how many subscribers do you guys have?
1.5 million.
1.5 million. That's a lot of subscribers.
It's a lot of
Big
subscribers.
Flex.
Yeah.
And so what's kind of that's a reoccurring revenue piece, but you're obviously always putting out new content. Do you guys have a goal of here's how much we want to put out per week, per month, per year? Or are you guys just kind of going with the flow when things come up?
Yeah, in the past we have had that type of goal, but I'm sure you know this too. Once things get rolling and you're kind of comfortable, you kind of it's we don't kind of need to do anything.
Sure. Right.
You get too comfortable, and I think we're at the point now where we're kind of we've gotten that hunger back. It's like
Sure.
we need to kind of make a push and kind of change things because we've gotten too comfortable in our fat, lazy ways. So
No, that's life. I mean, I think things come in seasons.
Oh, totally.
You know, and that's what's interesting, I think, about the process, whether business, athletics, music, you know, it definitely does ebb and flow. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes when you're in the best of times, you think it's going to last forever.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you're in the worst of times, you're like, this is going
This is
you
gonna
know, you
last
feel like this is going to
forever.
last forever. But the thing is, nothing does.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I enjoy about, you know, something like, I mean, you're in a business too, but in business is like every day's your opportunity to create, and you got to have a huge motivation to keep showing up and be optimistic even when times don't look like you should be. Like I even had that thought this morning. I'm like, man, there's been times I can look back on and I'm like, am I just crazy? Because like I still wake up every day optimistic for the most part. Like, even when things are not going right or going my way or have a reason to really be uberly optimistic, I'm just like, I just still wake up and I have optimism, I have hope, and it keeps driving me. If you were to think of your big motivator, like underneath it all, what would you, if you had to put words to it, how would you describe what your why is?
What my why is, I think just being able to have control of my time and like what I do.
So freedom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freedom, independence.
Sure.
That's like a huge one for me.
Yeah.
Because it's true. It's like, man, you can go get a job, and there's nothing wrong with getting a job where you work for somebody. I just don't think I can do it. And if I
Especially
do,
at this point.
yeah. And if I do, like, I'd still want to be able to create.
Sure.
You know, like kind of what you're saying with your business. Like, you own a business and you create. Like, but like time is such a valuable asset.
Yeah.
And so I want to like hang on to that as much as I possibly can. You know.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Well, now we could shift gears. We could talk about one of three things: religion, politics, or golf. Which of those three would you like to talk about?
I would love to talk about all of them.
Please say golf.
No, let's talk about golf.
So my man's over here has the last couple of years taken up golf.
I have, and it has taken over my life. Like, seriously.
For good or bad?
Oh, I think it's great. It's such a fun sport, and I have become like obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, well, probably for lots of reasons, because it is a very obsessive sport. You talk to anybody, they're like, "Oh yeah, you got it," you know.
Yep. Got the bug.
But I think when you're learning an instrument, it kind of feels that same way.
Sure.
Because you have to practice golf, and it's so technique driven. It's so technical. Like, you have to put in the reps, and that's something that I loved growing up. Like, trying to learn the bass was, okay, I did it. Can I do it again?
Right.
Oh, I did it again. Can I do it faster? You know, like
Sure.
that part of my brain, I don't know what that is, but I love anything that's like that. So like
Okay.
sports, I really love sports. You know, because of that, you got to practice. So golf has become that.
Yeah. No, it's it's definitely a challenge. You know, I talk to our people all the time, especially in sales, and I think it's true. You know, we use the example of an instrument or a sport. Most people in today's society, I think the reason why people are comfortable is they don't want to feel like they suck at something.
Oh yeah.
They don't want to
I
take
love
a
that
risk.
feeling.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't. I can push through. You know, even if it's working out, like, people don't want to, like, you know, you go and have your very first nice workout in years, you're going to be so freaking sore.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to be awkward. What are people thinking about me? And I think that's really in my mind is like, if you're watching this and you're like, hey, I have these ideas, like, usually when you boil it down, it's like people don't want to be bad at something. And I think it's our society almost drives it because you see online and there's these 18-year-old bajillionaires. Like, things look easy.
Totally.
Like, social media makes people's lives look easier than they really are.
Yeah.
All this convenience, it's all ease. And then when we get into this position where we have to be uncomfortable, I think there's just this like defense mechanism that like, this is wrong, this is bad, resist, because everything going around us is so easy. And something like golf, instrument, business, you know, life nothing happens overnight. Like I take people back that have played an instrument or play a sport. I'm like, hey, go back to the very first day you ever remember. Like even you, go back to the very first day you ever remember picking up a bass. It's probably a time when you weren't good. And it was hard and you didn't, whatever. That's exactly what they're going to experience, but now as an adult. And I feel like adults don't want to do that.
No.
So kudos to you picking up golf. Do you feel like there's any sort of life correlations between, I guess life, golf, music, any things that have stood out to you that more on like the, mental, spiritual, energetic side of things versus like the actual technique of golf?
Yeah, I mean, I would say with, instruments and golf especially, but most sports, like nothing is going to happen unless you do it. Yeah. Like the mentality that like, this is kind of like depressing, but like nobody's coming to save you. Yeah. Like nobody. like nobody's going to hit that golf ball for you. Yeah. And like it's up to you. Have you prepared? Have you practiced? Do you have the confidence and the knowledge to like do whatever task it is? Like that is life. Yeah. Like you gotta be able to depend on yourself because like nobody's coming to save you. And I love that, I can have this instrument sitting in a room like my bass, and it's like that bass isn't gonna make any music. I gotta play it. Yeah. I gotta put in the reps. I gotta spend time with it. I gotta do the thing where it's like, oh, I made something, and then show it to somebody and have them rip it apart. I love that. I love that. It's like, tell me what you think of this. Oh, I think it's trash. Why do you think it's trash? Oh, because of this, and this. Oh, I learned something. Yeah. Okay, what about this? Then it's like a challenge. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay, yeah, let's put it in and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Same thing with like a golf swing. Yeah. Like go to a teacher, hit it, and like you might think like that was the best swing I've ever done. You might be like, dude, we're going to impress this guy. And he's like, that was whack. Like, that was a terrible swing. It's like, are you serious? Like, that's exciting. Because now I'm like a clean slate. I can learn what this person has to tell me. And then I get to implement that and practice that. Yeah. That's like exciting to me. And then see the results of that.
Yeah. And I think that's what's cool about, if I were to put a bow on this, golf, music, business, the crazy thing is like there's just no end to it. No. Like you don't just arrive and you're like, I'm the best ever, don't ever have to like there's seriously no
You'll
end.
never master it.
Yeah, you'll never master it. And I think there's something beautiful and psycho about putting yourself every day in scenarios, basically voluntarily having your whole life and means depend upon something like that. Yeah. I think that's the side of business ownership or like, ownership of, music, creativity, whatever that people don't maybe understand or you don't know. And it's not like I thought about it. Like, right, you say, I want to do music because I love it. I'm good at it and hopefully it'll make me money. Mm-hmm. Same with business. Like I'm doing this to hopefully, I think I would be good at it. I want to do it. I think I'll enjoy the freedom, but I want to make money. But then as you get into these things, it's like there really is no limitation. There's no end point. There's no finish line. And you're running this race every single day against yourself mainly where don't know where you're going, don't know when you're never going to get there, but you just keep on going anyways.
I heard something interesting the other day about golf that like you never hit the same shot twice. And that's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Like when he said that, I was like, oh yeah. Because you could think about like, well, maybe the tee shots are the same. It's like, well, no, they moved the tees. And then the weather could be different. And then the pin's different. It's like you're always problem solving. Yeah. It's fun. Yeah. I heard a thing that like that's why guys like it because like we love solving problems. It's like when your girl's like, had a bad day and she's telling you about your day and you're like, well, you could have done this, this, and this. She's like, I don't want to hear that. I just want you to listen. It's like, no, I want to help you.
Doesn't talk back.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to help you. I want to solve the problem. They're like, no, I just want you to listen. It's like, I don't want to listen.
Touche. To put a bow on this and wrap things up, 2 last questions for you. So one would be, if you could have just a dream collaboration with somebody, who would it be?
Dream collaboration.
Living, non-living.
I was gonna say dead or alive.
I think I know your answer.
What do you think it is?
Michael Jackson or Ray Charles.
That would be cool. Michael Jackson or Ray Charles would be phenomenal. Yeah. Cher would be tight.
Cher would be cool.
That would be tight. Any of those people that have really like broken through and done like incredible things, just would love to, have lunch with them and talk shop. So yeah, Ray Charles would be definitely one for me as far as someone who's passed. Someone who is alive now, there's so many people that are just incredible artists. I really like Muse. The band Muse is incredible. And they've kind of stood the test of time. They've been selling out arenas since early 2000s and the 90s, so that's cool. I also love Tame Impala. Have you listened to Tame Impala?
No, I'll have to watch that. And
what kind of music do you like?
Dragon
You a
Slayer.
country guy?
Dude, I'm well versed. I like country. I like house music.
Okay.
Some Drake, some hip hop.
Okay.
So
I think you'd like Tame Impala.
send them to me.
He's good. And then who else is there? Ludwig von Göransson.
Oh yeah.
You know
Never
him?
heard of him.
So he did the music for like Black Panther,
Oh, okay.
Tenet. He did Oppenheimer.
Okay. Yeah.
That dude's mind he's like on another level. Like when I hear his stuff, I'm like, how did you think of this?
Yeah, like the Tenet and stuff's like.
Yeah, like how did you think of all this? And like,
Right.
I would love to meet him.
Cool.
And he's like our age too.
Really?
Yeah,
DM him.
I should.
And then last, if you were to look back, like, what do you want your and Simply Three's legacy to be?
What I want our legacy to be. That's a good question. Wasn't prepared for this.
Can't tee 'em all up for
I
you.
would love for the legacy to be that Simply Three innovated the music world by their string playing, like a string group that kind of broke through and did things that no other string group has ever done.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, rip Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, R.I.P. Well, yeah, man, thanks for coming on. I mean, you're obviously a joy in my life. Thank you all for tuning in as well. As you can see, Nick Villalobos, Simply Three are simply built different. And in and out of the music space. Keep tuning in for more episodes. Please like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Hopefully share, his music too. He has a pretty big following, but can always use more. And
true.
so can we. Check you on the next episode.